Hey everybody, Magic Mike here. I'm your wholesaler coach, the people's stripper. I strip it down and show you how I do it so that you can do it in your own business. I teach people how to wholesale real estate automatically. And the topic for discussion today is wholesaling illegal. And this is a question I get a lot, and so I decided to talk about it. So it's really scary when you don't know what you don't know. It could be illegal, it could not be, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And I got to rep my team, right? So go Caucasians. So the first thing we're going to talk about, well, first let me go over what a wholesale deal looks like. So when I say wholesaling real estate, what I mean is you get a property under contract, you then take that contract and you sell it to somebody for a little bit more money who's actually going to purchase the property, close on it. So you're basically selling the rights to purchase a property. So you get a property at $30,000, you sell that contract for $10,000, so $40,000 in all. So the buyer comes in with $40,000, purchases the house for $30,000, $10,000 is left over, that goes to you. That's an assignment. So you're assigning your rights to purchase this great deal to the buyer. That's what wholesaling is. We're going to talk about, is that illegal? So we're not talking about actually purchasing the property with money and then selling that, because then at that point you're the seller, you're the owner of the property, and of course that is definitely not legal. But starting off, you're not going to have money, or you're not going to have a lot of money. Maybe you have bad credit, and therefore this is how you get into real estate. So eventually you can have the cash to purchase these kinds of deals. So the first thing we're going to talk about is brokering. Now that's the real question, is when wholesaling is illegal, because with the wholesaler you are brokering a deal. So you've got the seller, you got the buyer, you're in the middle brokering the two together. You bring the two together and you make a little bit of money. And I did a quick Google search, 5-second Google search, and it'll bring up what brokering is. It means a person who for another or compensation or valuable consideration directly or indirectly paid or promised expressly or impliedly or with an intent to collect or receive a compensation or valuable consideration therefore. That's our wholesale fee. Appraises, auctions, sells, exchanges, buys, blah 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 blah. Purchase or rental of business enterprises or business opportunities, or any real property or interest in or concerning the same. So you are brokering a deal, and whether or not you need a license or a broker's license to do that, or in this case a realtor's license. So that is what the legal jargon is brokering a deal. That's all you're doing. You're just meeting the seller, you're meeting the buyer, you're putting the two together, you're making a little bit of money. On to our next topic is realtors. And I have a theory about why people become realtors, because it's all warm and cozy. You feel good. You get your license. You know exactly what you're doing. And so from them is mainly where I get the pushback. Oh, wholesale is illegal. Well, how is it illegal? Mr. or Mrs. Realtor. They can't tell me anything. And I think it's because a lot of this pushback is because they take courses and classes, and every year they have to update their license. They have to pay for access to the MLS. They have to go all through these checks and balances, and everything is displayed out. When I was becoming a wholesaler, there was no, this is the law on wholesaling, this is the law on that. There was nothing I could go to really look up, what things were and how to do them the right way. I can help with that if you're interested. They've got their license, they want to hide behind that, and anything that opposes that, getting a property, listing agreement, listing the property, anything that goes against that, because to them it looks like, as a wholesaler, I didn't do any work, I didn't do any research, all I did was just get a property in a contract and I sold it, which is technically what I'm doing. But that would make them mad because they went to all these classes, they had to study, Sometimes they may fail and have to take it again, and they've got to, it's that warm, cozy feeling that they've put time and money into, and then they think that I, as a wholesaler, come around and you just beat around the bush and get, a lot of money, which is true. The next thing we're going to talk about is contracts. So this is really the meat of where wholesaling could become illegal. So in your contract, and any contract to purchase real estate, or any contract really, there is a stipulation in there that says this can be assigned. Even if it doesn't say in a contract, it is understood by law that the rights to that contract can be assigned, unless otherwise stated. So back with realtors, their contracts actually say this contract cannot be assigned, and they have a checkbox. So you check that box, therefore that contract cannot be assigned. When you're purchasing from a bank, or a well understood individual who doesn't want to deal with wholesalers, they will check that box, or they will have in their contract, this cannot be assigned. So you always want to sign your own contracts, which say, I, or you sign, and or assigns, meaning whoever you assign it to. So it basically replaces their name and puts their name where yours is in the contract, and so you can assign it. I don't do that, but if you feel safer putting into your contract and or assigns, which I know a lot of people do, and it doesn't hurt. So that's one thing you can do. It's understood that you can assign these contracts, and it's not illegal. So the fourth thing I want to talk about is stay informed. So you want to stay up to date with what the current laws are. I know a while back we had, I forget what they were called, but we had some laws pertaining to seller financing, and whether or not you could do it, how many you could do a year, stuff like that, and they could come after you with a lot of money. So what you can do is, another quick Google search is you can look up your state and then Realtor Association, and there will be a newsletter somewhere in there. You can put in your email, and you can get a newsletter every quarter. That's every 3 months. So in that there will be updated laws, updated regulations. So if anything does become illegal, or anything that you're doing, you'll be well informed on what the laws are. So that is good to know. Other than that, you can go to your local zoning office in your county, which again, you can look up zoning and your county name in a quick Google search, and you can go to those, and you can see basically like once a month what in person too. These are in-person meetings. You can see what regulations are passing, what's happening, where things are going. So if you're in, states like Ohio, where they actually passed a law where you have to be licensed as a realtor or as a broker to broker a transaction. So that's the one state that technically wholesaling is illegal. And so up there you would need a license. So if you found the seller and found the buyer and wanted to make some money in Ohio, you would need to have either your realtor's license or your broker's license. So, and another way around that, specifically for Ohio, is that you would need to have either transactional funding or you need to double close, where you would actually have to borrow the money as cash, purchase the home, and then turn around and resell it. So therefore, you become the seller, you then resell the property. Of course, that's not illegal, right? And that's the way you get around it. And there's a couple other, key, cool tricks Like one is you can get an LLC for like $99 and you purchase the property in that LLC. Of course, if you have business credit or hard money, you can purchase that property into the LLC and then sell the LLC. So there's a whole bunch of cool tricks you can do to get around it if you're in Ohio, but if you're not, like me, I'm in Fort Worth, I'm in Orlando, and here I'm in Atlanta, and so I don't even do those. I just do a quick assign because it's nice and easy. One thing I want to go over is what now? So now that you know that, in fact, wholesaling is legal, and you know what to do about it, how are you going to go about that? We don't offer a wholesaling license, but one way you could get certified as a wholesaler is, we at 100% Finance, we coach people, and I am the wholesaler coach, so I could coach you just on wholesaling. I don't do house flipping, I don't do lease options, I don't do any other thing. I specialize in wholesaling, so I could teach you the ins, the outs, what contracts you need, what to look out for, how to tell if the seller is really the seller. If anything is fishy, I am one click away, one call away from helping you through that transaction. I just helped a student in New Jersey, and it was really easy. I just said, hey, put this on the contract. He actually found another contract that was specific to his state. I looked it over. I said, well, this is wrong. Get rid of that, add this, and so I was able to help him protect himself while staying legal at the same time. That's the really what you've got to be, is you've got to know what you don't know, and so he is staying informed, right? He's got the right contract. He's not a realtor, and I don't think he wants to become one. And then he's brokering deals. So if you want your wholesaler license, Magic Mike, I'll give you your wholesaler certification. And oh, my timer's going off. So I want to keep this video short. If you'd like to know more, sign up with the coaching program. We offer a 12-week boot camp, which is a quick kickstart into wholesaling, how to do it, how to get started in less than 30 days, how to stay legal, above the table, above board, and how to do it quickly and effectively to get checks quicker. You're also going to have access to the entire year's curriculum. Within that 12-week, it's all just slam packed in there. So that's going to be the quickest way to get into real estate. From there, one step down is the one-on-one, which covers that curriculum. You get 2 calls per month. I work directly with you, and of course this is 100% finance, so you keep 100% of the deals. They're all yours. There's no 50%, and you're not a profit center, right? You keep all the deals, and they're your leads. There's no proprietary little item that I'm holding back. I don't give you the leads. I teach you how to find the leads yourself. Like I'm not giving you a fish. I'm teaching you how to fish. So the goal is eventually for you to go off and do your own wholesaling deals, right? But I will coach you to that point. So from there, one step down is the group coaching, which is monthly masterminds. There's, I think every week there's a new webinar that you can jump on, and it's a group setting, so it's not as focused on you as the one-on-one, and especially not as the 12-week program. But it's cheap to get into, and you can get in there every month, and every Monday we've got a new webinar for you to jump on, and you can ask questions and stay informed. So again, I'm Magic Mike. Those are the 3 things we offer. We got a link in the description for all of those. I'm your wholesaler coach, and I'm out.